Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to the Literary Devices lecture. Today we will be going over a few literary devices and a few examples for them. This lecture was set in class on Friday, August 16th. However, if you missed it or if you need a little bit of extra help, you are in the right place. Feel free to pause at any time throughout the video, take notes, get a snack, do whatever you want to do, and let's get started. All right, so types of literary devices. We got title, theme, tone, repetition, mood, characterization, conflict, and connotation. So maybe you are familiar with some of these terms. Some are more obvious than the others, but don't worry, that's why I'm here. I'm going to help you out so you all can understand them, hopefully 100% by the end of the video. All right, title. So the name of a book, composition, or other artistic work. In literary works, the title can reveal details about the story. So I want you all to remember that because on STAR, the title is very telling. It's one of the first things that we have you analyze on the STAR test. So with that being said, let's look at these works here that I put here. For 3 of them, the title is very obvious. For 1 of them, it's not so obvious. You have to be familiar with that particular picture. All right, so let's look at Those Winter Sundays. Those Winter Sundays is a poem, the title being, obviously, Those Winter Sundays, right? Over here we have The Freedom Writer's Diary. The title is The Freedom Writer's Diary. Here we have a movie. The title is Toy Story 4. And over here we have a painting. The painting is called the Mona Lisa. So that would be the title of the painting. One really important thing I wanted to point out, guys, is that titles have quotation marks around them. So we'll definitely be going over what those look like, where they go. But for Those Winter Sundays, you would put a quotation mark here and a quotation mark over here. Okay, same with Freedom Writer's Diary, same with Toy Story, and same with Around the Mona Lisa. Okay, the title of the Mona Lisa, not the actual Mona Lisa. All right, onward. Theme. So the theme is a main idea or an underlining meaning of a literary work. Okay, so common themes before I go over these are good versus evil, power and corruption, survival, courage and heroism, love, death, war, and prejudice. Okay, books can have multiple themes. An essay can have multiple themes. Any kind of literary work, poem, anything like that can have multiple themes. Okay, so there's not just one theme with most books, okay, or with most poems. All right, so let's kind of look at The Outsiders because I know a lot of us are very familiar with this book because we read it in the 7th grade or in middle school. So one common theme in The Outsiders is courage and heroism. Okay, the things these characters do in this book are very courageous. Let's look at Bridge to Terabithia. I think some of us are a little familiar with Bridge to Terabithia. One common theme that is explored in this book, unfortunately, is death. The death of a friend. Okay? Here we have Romeo and Juliet. We talked about it briefly. But if you know about Romeo and Juliet, one common theme is love. Okay? And here, I would say a common theme in Wonder is prejudice. Okay? So there could be multiple themes in all of these books. And we will talk about those multiple themes as we move through the semester. Okay? All right, tone. So I put in parentheses author's purpose. The reason why I put that is because it kind of means the same thing, and these words, author's purpose, come out a lot on your STAR test. So I want you to get used to the idea that author's purpose is very similar to the meaning of tone. So tone is an attitude of a writer towards a subject or an audience. Okay? Here are some examples here. One says, let's say someone says this. Can someone tell me what the hell is going on here? Okay? That sounds pretty aggressive. That has an aggressive tone, an angry tone to it. Okay? Number 2 says, if we had a father, the father says, "We are going on a vacation." And the son says, "That's great," with like 3 exclamation points. So the tone here is like excited or cheerful. The son is like really happy that they're going on a vacation. Okay? All right. Repetition. All right, so repetition is a literary device that repeats the same words or phrases a few times to make an idea clearer and more memorable. So right now we're studying Tupac's "Keep Your Head Up" in my class. One thing that it repeats over and over again is the phrase "keep your head up." So that would be repetition within that song. Now let's take a look at this. Here we have a piece of Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech, "I Have a Dream," okay? And I want you all just to take a look at it for like 5 to 10 seconds and see if you can catch the phrase that is being repeated over and over again. Okay, I think that was like a few seconds. So the phrase being repeated is "let freedom ring." Martin Luther King says, "Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California." But not only that, let freedom ring from the Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from the Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi. So why would he say that over and over again? It's obviously to make a point. At the time Martin Luther King made the speech, African Americans had little to no freedom in America. So he's just saying, let there be freedom for all everywhere, from Colorado to California to Georgia to Tennessee. He wants, and Mississippi, he wants freedom for all everywhere. Okay, onward. Mood. A literary element that evokes or shows certain feelings or vibes in readers through words and descriptions. Okay, so here I took an excerpt from Charles Dickens' Pickwick Papers, and it says, "The river, reflecting the clear blue of the sky, glistened and sparkled as it flowed noiselessly on." Okay, so let's look at the words here. So, the clear blue sky. Think about that. There's a lot of imagery here. Think about that in your head, how that would look. And the river glistened and sparkled as it flowed. How? Noiselessly. Okay. So we get all that imagery in our minds. This is a very relaxing and calming mood. Okay? So that's the kind of mood this sentence shows. Next. Characterization. Okay, so steal. Steal is maybe a phrase that you all have heard before, or an acronym, sorry. But if you haven't, I'm about to tell you what it is. So steal stands for says, thoughts, effect on others, actions, and looks. So when we're talking about characterization, we want to be thinking about steal. How am I going to characterize this character in this book, in this poem, in this star passage I'm reading? What is the characterization of this character? All right, so characterization is a literary device that is used step by step in literature to highlight and explain the details about a character in a story. All right, so down here you all see I put several different kinds of characters from different kinds of movies, shows, or books. Okay, so I'm going to go with 11 over here. I don't know if you all are fans of Stranger Things, but I'm going to do steal on her. So something 11 would say would probably be something about maybe wanting some Eggo waffles because she's a huge fan of Eggos. Okay, so maybe she says, in quotes, "I want Eggos." Okay, something that 11 would think would maybe be, maybe she's thinking about Mike. Mike was her boyfriend in the show, so maybe she's thinking a little bit about Mike. Okay, her effect on others. She is such a helpful human being. She really helps her friends out with her superpowers, so she has a really good effect on others. She's like saved the world multiple times in the series. Okay, and that goes into actions. Her actions are that she's protective. She's always protecting her friends, and she's trying to save the world from falling apart and from the upside down sneaking into our world. Looks. So if I were to describe her, here she has short hair, she has some blood on her nose, she looks young here, she's dirty, her clothes are dirty. Okay, so that would be how she would look. Okay. You all try to pick one of these characters or any character that you all are a fan of and try steal on that character. Conflict. So conflict involves a struggle between two opposing forces, usually a protagonist and an antagonist. So the protagonist would be the good guy in the story, and an antagonist would be the bad guy in the story. All right, so down here I took a few pretty big examples from different movies. Here we have Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, obviously very big conflict between them two. Darth Vader would be the antagonist, and Luke would be the protagonist. Okay? Over here, this is from Toy Story number 4. I will not provide spoilers in case you haven't seen it yet, but we have a big conflict between Woody and this doll right here. So Woody would be the protagonist, and this doll would be the antagonist. Okay? And then this is like her friend who helps her out, so he's also part of the antagonist crew. And this little guy right here, he's part of the protagonist crew. He's a good guy. Alright. Over here is Harry Potter. You all know how I feel about Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. I highly recommend you read or watch it. Here we have our protagonist, Harry Potter, and he's in huge conflict with his opposing force, Voldemort, and this would be our antagonist. Okay? Alrighty, onward. So, connotation. Connotation is an idea or feeling that a word gives off in addition to its literal or primary meaning. I want you all to think, when you think of the word connotation, think immediately positive or negative. And we're going to be using these symbols a lot, the plus sign and the minus sign. Plus sign being for positive, minus sign being for negative. Okay? So let's look at these examples down here really quick before I run out of time. That is a beautiful necklace. The word beautiful, it gives us a positive connotation. It has a positive connotation. Let's look over here. That necklace is disgusting. The word disgusting has a negative connotation. Okay? Over here says, I had a fabulous day. The word fabulous has a positive connotation. This one says, I had a terrible day. The word terrible has a negative connotation. Down here, school is exciting. The word exciting has a positive connotation. And over here it says school is pointless. Pointless has a negative connotation. Okay, guys. So, I want to show you all really quick this really cool resource that I think is very, very helpful that I even use as a teacher. All right. So, as you all can see, this is called Literary Devices and Terms. The website, the actual website is called literarydevices.net. Okay, so if you want to go look it up, it's all on you. Now I'm going to scroll here. As you all can see, some figurative language that we've gone over is here, right? And I'm going to keep scrolling. Here's characterization, there's conflict. They have everything, guys. Everything that you all need that we've gone over, they have it all. So if you need any extra help, I highly recommend this resource, literarydevices.net. Go get yourself some help if you need it. And obviously, guys, I'm here. Whatever you all need, whatever kind of help you need, shoot me an email, rebecca.ramirez@uisd.net if you need me, or come visit me and let's talk if you all need help. All right, guys, hope you have an awesome evening, an awesome day, an awesome weekend, wherever you all are watching this. Have a good one, and I will see you in class when I see you. Bye, guys.